Hello everyone, today I will be talking about the criminally underrated game called Delusional Office. It usually sustains around 100 concurrent players, and it has a pretty small fan base from what I've seen on YouTube. And it's a doors-like game where you just go through the doors. There's 365 of them in this game. And there's many customization options, a lot of creativity. You can literally just play Fortnite in this game. I'll get to that in a bit, okay, I swear. There are many different dangers in the game, and there's many different ways to survive those dangers, such as items, lockers, the kind of gist. And there's many different creative items, I'd say. There's a lot of different things that you can do to survive against the entities. So, the kind of entities, there's your run-of-the-mill dashing entities. Oh, I'm gonna get you, I'm coming through the rooms, right? But there's also many other entities. There's like an entity that he dashes, but he comes late. And then there's one that comes super fast and plays music before he appears. But there's also one that just literally spams every single dashing entity known to mankind. That's very fun to play against. And then there's this one right here, where he appears every 50 doors, and you have to, get through his rooms, and he, does stuff, and you have to, do things to avoid him, according to the colors that he puts down. Like there, you just have to spam. Pretty easy, but there's many different entities, as I've stated. And it's very fun, and there's a learning curve, definitely, to the game. There's a lot of things that you have to learn and figure out before you can really start getting good at it. Next, I will be talking about the different kinds of rooms. There's many rare rooms in this game, there's many common rooms, and there's many very interesting rooms. For one, there's one that you can just get sent into the back rooms if you fall into a hole. Yeah, that's fun, and it takes a very long time to get out of it. There's another where it's like a super high-tech city. There's this one where it's just sideways, and there's a rare item in that room always. And there's a lot of other rooms. Like this one, it's just an error screen. How nice, yeah. But there's a lot of other rare rooms, definitely, and if you definitely want to look at them, there's a lot. There's a lot. I can't even say how many rooms there are. It's super cool. So definitely go check that out. A lot of doors-like games don't have really a lot of meta progression, that's not in the game, outside of the game, that helps you in the game. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, this game, Delusional Office, it has meta progression, I promise. There's a lot, so I'll just list them off one by one. Number 1, there's equipments. They're just items that you can bring with you at the start of the game. So, for example, I'm holding a crowbar. That's an equipment. However, you have limited space, so that crowbar costs 2 slots of my space, and then I can have other things a metal pipe that I eat to reduce screen shake effects. How nice. But yeah, there's a lot of different equipments that you can have. There's game passes for equipments that I don't really care for because I'm broke. Right. So yeah, there's actually 1 page of equipments. There's still a lot, just not as much as you'd think. Next up, there's passives. These passives you can just buy using the basically global currency. You just get money through playing the game and collecting the money that's in jars, and that can help you buy things like equipments and passives. Passives basically give you buffs and nerfs, and it's basically like high risk, high reward. Sometimes they're you don't get very many trade-offs, but you get something that you may really like. So there's a lot of different passives, and it fits with a lot of different play styles. Personally, I think my favorite passive is the runner passive. It basically just makes you super fast, but you lose 30 health, and your dashing cooldown is really, it gets a lot longer. Then there's perks, which is literally just straight buffs, I'm gonna be real with you. There's a lot of different perks, there's a lot of different things that you can do with the perks. For a long time, I used the one called Anti-Delu that made a certain entity just completely disappear and dark rooms not seem so dark. But I've been trying out different ones. I think I have one, I actually don't know. I'm just not gonna say anything. But yeah, and there's definitely a lot of perks, and there's can also like kind of help out with how you want to play, and it can show you a lot of different things. I think that the perks are really cool, and it helps kind of balance the game out and add a lot more buffs than nerfs, and a lot more like detrimental nerfs. Last one, there's just some cosmetic progression. Basically, if you get some achievements, then you can get trails. And I just have a trail. I think I think it's called Remembrance or something. I think it's a pretty cool trail. I have some other trails. I just like that one. I think it may have been the first one that I've ever gotten. I don't know. But it's a pretty cool trail. I like it. It's all cosmetic, so it really doesn't matter. So, yeah. Alright, next up, there's game modes. There's a lot of things that you can do in this game, and I think it's really cool, honestly. So, there's just normal difficulty game modes. They're pretty, standard. There's like normal, hard, extreme! And then there's a game mode called Eternal, where it just multiplies the door count by 10 for no reason at all. How fun! Ugh, excuse me. Anyways, then there's some other game modes, like, I think it's called, the Grey Rooms. Basically, it spawns a lot more, it spawns more variants of entities. I forgot to talk about variants. I'll talk about that next. But, it spawns varianted entities and a lot less, hiding spots, but more... It's basically just a cool, fun challenge that you can do if you want to. And there's also more game modes. There's the playtest game mode where you can spawn entities. You can spawn literally anything, I'm pretty sure. That's what I was talking about, how you can just Fortnite build. There's like an axe, I think, and you can just break down stuff to get wood and build walls. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the game modes. Before I talk about the varianted entities, I just died. So we'll talk about death. So when you die in this game, you can actually continue going with 60 or 40% of your progress thereabouts being just kind of ripped off. You have to just go through those extra rooms. You don't just start where you left off, which I think is pretty cool. It kind of puts a lot less effort. It's mainly probably because there's a lot more rooms than your average... your average door rooms game. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, which is usually just 100. There's a lot of different ways to actually, directly save you from death. There's an equipment called the airbag, which it basically just, if you take damage, you get full health back and some other perks. I think it's mainly supposed to be used, for the passives that put you down to 1 health and you just have to survive, but you have some other crazy buffs. I think it's supposed to be made for that. I didn't know it when I put it into my kit. I should probably take that out. That's besides the point. There's also a perk called something, I forgot it. I think it's revive or something. Not bad, but I don't know. Basically, it just gives you a second life. That's it. Oh my gosh, 2 times per second! Variants of entities. There's many different variants of entities that can spawn with a rarer chance. For example, the entity that's just, your basic running entity, it has a variant where it splatters a bunch of stuff on your screen. And that stuff literally does nothing else. It just blocks your screen for a little bit. And then there's a variant for the third entity. This is the speedster one. It basically just puts a bunch of stuff on the ground so that if you're in its way, if you're hiding without a locker, then you get hit by it. There's many other variants of entities that we do not need to go into detail about at the moment, so I won't because I don't need to. This game is definitely enjoyed better with friends because this game can be really, really goofy at times. I'm gonna be for real. One time I was close to door 50 and the dude that spams every single entity imaginable came through. And here's the thing, if you're getting close to that room, entities what he spawns just don't spawn. So he was just kind of there up in the sky, not doing anything, I think that's pretty funny. I think that I should have recorded that, and I think I should have used that as a clip in my video. And that happened today, and I think I should have done that. There's a lot of lore in this game that I simply don't understand, and I'm just gonna let you guys figure that out for yourself because I think that that's a good idea because it's cool. It's cool lore. I think I understand it sort of, but I don't fully. And so I just think that if you really want to learn about the lore, you should just figure it out yourself. I'm not gonna spoil anything or any more than I have already. So go figure it out yourself. Before I go on to my overall view of the game, I'm just gonna quick talk about glitches and bugs. One of the most prominent bugs that I have seen throughout my maybe 2 days of playing this game total. I have not started it 2 days ago. I have like 2 days total, maybe? I don't know. But basically you can just clip through walls sometimes. I don't know if it's been patched or not. This is very old news, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I at some point was able to clip through a bunch of walls and hide from entities by falling into the void. It was very fun and definitely not broken for lockerless runs. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna quick talk about the issues that I kind of have with this game. First of all, I literally don't know when it's being updated, what is being updated, and if any more updates are gonna happen in the past. I also don't know if they have a Discord server for that or something else for that, so it might just be my own, I don't know, kind of situation. But I literally do not know if there's an update, and if I look at the last updated thing, it's like, oh, it was literally updated 2 seconds ago. And then I look and nothing has changed, or there's not even an update log or anything. I literally do not know what's changed. So I can't see and like, oh wow, cool new room. Oh my gosh. I can't do that because I just don't know if it's ever happened. So I think more update logs and just transparency with updates and stuff like that would definitely come and help out the game. On the topic of updates, I feel like there's been a lack of just substantial big updates because I haven't seen a single big huge update filled with new content like ever. Maybe I'm just forgetting something, but I seriously have no idea. The devs might just be working on a new game and just have abandoned this and putting quality of life and bug fixes, but I couldn't tell you because I just don't know what the update situation is. Maybe there is a Discord server. Maybe I'm simply uneducated in how to figure things out like this. But until I do figure it out, then I'll just sit here not knowing anything. Cool. Until I've really played the game more and found more consistency in actually playing it and just getting into the more advanced section of the game, I can't tell you what I really dislike about the game. I do like its fast-paced nature, the way you have to react really quick. Sometimes rooms are, like rare rooms, they're cool, but you literally just cannot, win if an entity comes through, even if you, go back. But that's just being unlucky. Right, I just can't really tell you. There, I hadn't even realized that their second entity had came. So I just died. Cool. I just could not tell that another one was there, because I'm smart. That was my own fault, but it's whatever. So, yeah, that's just kind of what I think about it. I can't really tell you any dislikes. If I do come up with some, I'll just make a video about I'll make a masterclass in mediocrity, don't worry. So, Delusional Office. A criminally underrated game with a criminally underrated fan base and a criminally underrated everything. I don't know how this game is so small with how well made it is and how much thought put out to what it was. So I'll just stay here and say, play this game, and I will stand by it until the ends of time because I like this game quite a bit. So definitely play this game if you have some free time and you like it. I don't think there's console support yet. You can play it, but the keybinds aren't working. So it's just available on mobile and PC. But if you can, try it out, please.